Have you been, Chris? How was the
I've
move?
been I've been all right, man. The move was, I have to say, the moving is in my top three of things that I absolutely hate to do, other than going to funerals and forced church services. Like that's the worst. I hate it. It's like especially the funerals, it's just not my vibe. It's sad as shit. Everybody's upset.
Yeah,
Uh
moving, especially the place that you're in right now. You don't own that place, right? You ever had
right.
a feeling that you don't want to take things out of the box just because you're going to be moving again?
Yeah.
Because I did move. I had moved last year to this place, and I still have a lot of things in the box that I haven't taken out. It's going to be a year since that move.
Right. Yeah, and we're actually expecting to move again in about a year. So
Yeah,
this is temporary, but we did unpack everything. I think
yeah,
I think her and I are a little OCD on that front. Like, get this shit straight.
it's a bit different now living with someone, right?
Yeah, it's not my first time, but it's different every time. I'll tell you that.
Like,
Like
I feel like
moving,
you
man.
begin
Like,
to set rules for yourself regarding that,
yeah,
right? Even without
yeah,
actually
for
discussing it.
sure. Yeah, there becomes this unspoken like kind of language that you have where you
Yeah,
ask those questions without actually saying it.
yeah,
Like I'm big on like keeping the bathroom door closed.
yeah.
So then there's only like two of us here. So at first it was like I would notice that it was open. I was going, did you leave the bathroom door open? She's like, it's like, yeah, it's like, let's try to keep that closed.
Yeah, I think it's the same even in my house. I think it's a Filipino thing.
Leave it open.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know if it's just us that's doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
I've been to a couple of friends' house that they still have their bathroom open.
Well, it's for
They
me the
keep it
main
clean
reason.
though. Like they keep
Yeah,
it
for
clean
sure,
though. They keep it smelling fresh. Then again, it's still a
for sure.
bathroom.
There's two reasons. One is I don't want to air condition a bathroom. Uh, Two is sometimes we buy those like fragrant disc things,
Yeah,
and if you don't live in a big area, then and those things remind me of like a mall bathroom. Like that's the smell of like a public restroom. So
yeah.
if I'm near it, then it's like my
You know,
house smells like a mall toilet.
yeah. You don't. Same thing with a car, right? You don't want your house to smell like a pine freshener.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Like there's certain scents, right? The
Yeah,
bathroom should smell like a bathroom. Then your house should smell like, I don't know, fucking lavenders. I don't know what a house is supposed to smell like. Food.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Mine smells like
Ideally,
incense right now because Sarah's
incense.
into incense. Like
We
there
just
are
bought this
different
thing.
kinds.
We just bought this diffuser,
Yeah.
and this here is peppermint.
Hmm.
My house smells like what I imagine Santa Claus's house
Christmas.
smells like. Yeah.
It smells like Christmas. It's
Yeah.
either that
Christmas
or a
in
Girl,
July.
it's either that or a Girl Scout.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That,
like it
that's
though. It smells
that's not a PDF thing, by the way. To those that don't understand that are in my culture, this is because of the Thin Mints, right?
arguably the best cookie they have.
Yeah, they're selling those in SM.
Really?
Yeah, I bought a packet. I think 2 weeks ago. Like it was
Man,
Sarah's actually first time to actually bite on one, and she did
they're
like
so
it.
good. It's so
Yeah.
good. Mint is a that mint chocolate shit. It's polarizing.
So it's mint orange, like a
I
Neapolitan,
don't
right?
like mint orange.
Well, it's the opposite for me. I actually like it. I think it tastes more like my childhood because my mom used to bring some, like the
Okay.
Mayfair chocolate ones, the small ones.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
she usually brings it as a Filipino pasalubong.
Mm.
So
Yeah, but
I think it's an acquired taste. I think there are cookies that have chocolate and
right,
orange in
that,
it,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it is. I've had it. It's not. I understand how people could like it. I just don't. But like
Well,
I get it. Like the flavor combination, I
the
understand how it
citrus,
could work.
but you love orange chicken, right?
I
Just not
love
on chocolate.
any chicken, honestly, and anything orange, just not orange chocolate.
Mm.
But like my go-to ice cream is always mint chocolate chip, like always.
Yeah, same here. If
If
they
it's
have it
available,
available,
that's exactly what I'm choosing.
our society today is pretty bland. It's just either vanilla or Rocky Road or Double Dutch, right?
Double Dutch.
I much prefer the Rocky Road over the Double Dutch one. So
Yeah. And what's with the fascination for Black Forest cake in the Philippines? Like, I understand that it's great, but like sometimes I would like just a regular birthday cake.
I think it's because it's just actually easy to actually acquire here in the Philippines. It looks
Mm,
fancy, by the way. I
I think that's what it is.
I've
It's
made one.
aesthetically.
I baked one before. It's actually not that easy to
Did you
actually
do
make
like
one.
the shaving chocolate
I
stuff
did
on there and all?
everything. Like it is a legit. It looks like something from Red Ribbon that I made. Tasted
Seems
like
like
the
a lot of
same.
work.
It is a lot of work, and if it's actually accessible for us, like it's not cheap. I think it's something special. Like usually something expensive is equated to something very special here in the Philippines. I think that's the reason why it's turned into a birthday cake.
Yeah. Like I still my nostalgia takes me back to a grocery store from back home in Pineville, Kentucky called Pick Pack, and
Hmm.
they would make birthday cakes, and it's such a specific and unique, like everything, the taste, the texture, the smell, like it's all like I'd give $100 for a Pick Pack birthday cake.
What I never got into was actually an ice cream cake. I never got the point of
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose, like especially for a birthday, right? You want cake and ice cream. You don't want ice cream and good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially with the burning candle on top.
Yeah,
And you have to
yeah, and
hurry
then
your happy birthday because it's gonna melt.
yeah,
Like everyone's singing happy birthday at 180 BPM.
yeah, yeah,
Sounds like a techno beat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which probably ain't that bad actually.
Yeah.
I've recently seen people that are opposed to. I don't know if you've seen this. People that are opposed to blowing out the birthday candles because it's like you're basically blowing like spit all over the cake.
Was this pre-COVID or post-COVID?
This is Gen. This is when Gen Z started being able to make decisions.
It's
It's
pretty
like,
hard to
oh,
blow
that's
out
great.
a it's pretty hard to blow out a candle with a face mask on, right? Like
True, true. But
it
yes,
is a Gen Z thing if you think about it. But then again, gender reveal parties are their idea.
yeah.
So it's equally as dangerous as someone spit.
I feel like those. I'm interested to watch in like the next 15 years or something. Like those kids that
Yeah.
was that baby, and then like
Yeah.
their reaction to like their dad being pissed off because it was another girl. It's like,
I was
look, my dad
surprised.
didn't
Yeah, I
even
was
want me.
surprised the other day. Like Sarah did tell me there's now a new generation called Generation Alpha. Like, what's up with
Yeah,
that?
alpha.
Like the weakest bunch is actually called Alpha.
There, yeah, I've seen a lot of things about their slang,
Yeah.
Gen Alpha slang, and it's ridiculous. Actually, here we go. Let's play a game. Let's play a
Okay.
game. Since okay, hold up, let me pull this up real quick. I'm gonna quiz you and see if you can tell us what. Okay.
Suddenly a flashback to Jigsaw. Every time I hear "Let's
Here we
play
go.
okay,"
All right. Come on. Please give me a good website here. A comprehensive guide. Here we go.
someone made a
Taking this
guide.
from taking this is from March 26, 2024. Okay. No self-explanatory. It's not self-explanatory. Okay, wait, this person. Okay, we go 9 popular. Gen alphas are already leaving their mark on the internet. Here are 9 slang terms they're using and what they actually mean. Okay. This is okay. This first one may be fairly easy for you, right?
Yeah.
Riz.
Uh,
Riz.
I think it's called game, right? When it comes to talking to people, like particularly to the opposite sex.
Yeah, well, it's a shortened version of charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never actually figured that out. I just know what it means, but never actually knew the origin. But that's good.
yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
It is. Yeah.
I keep calling you the king of Riz, by the way. So,
Yeah. Sorry, you. I lost you there for a second.
yeah, I do the intro for the Tech Times Daily, right? With you being the king of Riz.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah,
know
yeah. Oh,
that.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Vietnam
Okay, so
flashback.
they're wow. Uh, Phantom Tax.
I know this one. I've heard of
F
this
A
one, not
N U
necessarily
M
know.
tax.
What is it?
So apparently there's a there's a there's a Gen Z creator named Phantom,
Yeah,
and I guess they have these streaming house things, and like where like all the streamers are kind of like in their own room and stuff, and he would
yeah.
go
They
into yeah, and he would actually go into another streamer's room and like take their food, and then he would say Phantom Tax, and it's basically it's an act looting, yeah, by stealing their food. This led to the term phantom tax, which is used to
jokingly,
jokingly justify taking something that belongs to someone else.
jokingly, do they spit it out back?
I
Do they
guess,
spit
yeah.
it back out? I mean, like,
Example,
be,
it says, example, person one, you took my food. Person two, phantom tax.
that's just basically being a dick in our words.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, okay, so ratioed. It's like,
Ratioing, that's a downvoting thing, right?
yeah, yeah. It means your comment has more negative interactions than positive ones on social media.
Like that's an old term, right? Like I've been hearing that
Yes, I did.
even before. Like when you've been ratioed, like someone is actually dropping you in the algorithm.
Yeah. So example would be, did you see that post? They got absolutely ratioed.
I think this thing actually started, was it on Twitter or YouTube?
Twitter, yeah. It's
Twitter,
Twitter.
I guess.
Sus, this is not Gen A.
No, don't. That's a long term, right?
That's been around. Sus has been
That's
around
been around
forever.
forever.
Sus
That's
has been
not a
around
very
forever.
comprehensive Bible, by the way.
This is not, yeah, this is written obviously by a boomer. Bet is the new okay. I've been saying bet since
You know what's funny?
2005, probably.
That that word here in the Philippines is used by, I think, by the LGBTQ as something that they say, something they like. They say bet for some persons
Yeah,
that they like, right?
yeah.
I think
And
some
we say it
females
as
actually use it.
Yeah, Betco, yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, I've been saying it since 2000, the early 2000s. Where it's like, hey, y'all want to go, y'all want to run out and grab something to eat? Bet.
Yeah. I think the entire gay lingo dictionary here in the Philippines is much more comprehensive than that one,
Oh yeah, for sure.
right?
Goat, not Gen Alpha. Goat's been around forever.
You know where it started?
No,
I think it started in hip hop because of LL Cool J.
probably,
He was the first one to
probably.
actually coin the term goat.
Bussin. These aren't that good. It's Cap. This is not Gen A.
Yeah, capping means actually lying.
Yeah.
Like I I'm elder millennial and I know these things. Like, do they have anything
Eight.
original?
Eight. ATE.
So what do they mean when they say eight?
Example. It's used to describe something impressive or outstanding. Example. That presentation you gave on dinosaurs totally ate. You know so much.
It's not that catchy, by the way.
It's I know a version of I guess this has evolved because like before if someone was doing really good, we would say like let him eat.
Yeah, or let him
Yeah.
cook,
Yeah, let them cook has come from I think let them eat.
right? So
Because Cam Newton used to do
yeah,
the eating celebration.
yeah. And I think one good sign of having like these new lingos popping up for these generations, one good
Mhm.
sign that they actually did it right is because if someone actually doesn't know the meaning of it, can at least understand what you're saying,
Right.
right?
Uh
Like
Bussin.
when
Yeet.
you say yeet, right? You at least
Yeah.
have an idea what that means, right?
Yeah. Yeet is almost a onomatopoeia, right? Like I feel like that's
Right?
the sound that it makes. Right? It's like
Yeah.
yeet.
Yeet. With the WWE actually promoting it now.
Delulu.
Delusional.
Yeah. You know, probably no drip, phantom tags,
That's not theirs.
X Factor, that's true. Flex, glow up, goat, Gucci, that's good. That should these are not Gen A. This some of this is my generation. Ghost. Ick, I think is Gen A.
Ick? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it not?
I've been hearing that for some time now.
Like what's your ick?
Yeah. What's your dislike?
Yeah, okay.
It's from icky,
Uh
right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not even that creative.
Mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid or another term for that is what? Basic?
But these aren't the one I sing. The ones I sing was like skibbity and yacht. Yeah.
Yacht has been what? I think that's fairly new.
Skibbity.
Or I might be
Comparative,
wrong.
more skibbity. Superlative, most skibbity. Non-standard internet slang humor. A nonsense word used in an ironic or humorous manner or to mock or in reference to the perceived slang utilized by Generation Alpha or the generation itself. I don't even.
What? Yeah.
Skibbity means it's a silly word that means literally nothing.
Yeah, that's X game stupid. The funny thing about all of these, like a majority of these words, I think throughout history actually just came from hip hop, right?
A lot of times, yeah. Check this out. See if you can understand what this says because I don't. So in the context of this skibbity toilet meme, I don't know what skibbity toilet is. Skibbity
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 toilet.
toilet images.
I've been hearing that, but I have no idea. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
these are the things that I'm actually afraid to search about because I was curious about that Pop Tua thing, and I regretted looking for it. So
Yeah, she's been everywhere. That shit's
if you
insane.
at first I thought it was a girl from Palestine that's a humanitarian, like people have been saying her name.
Mm.
I don't know why I went there. Then it was just disappointed that it was just a stupid thing.
But yeah, just 3 seconds of an interview that went crazy viral. But I did see some stuff on her where she's from a small town in Tennessee. And when I say small town, I mean like a small town of like 750 people or something.
Well,
Like,
she's famous
yeah.
among those 750.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, yeah. She said she's from Belfast, Tennessee.
I kind of figured her OnlyFans is actually blowing up right now, so to speak.
Yeah. It's an unincorporated community in Marshall County, Tennessee. Yeah, it's in like middle Tennessee. What's the population? Belfast, Tennessee population is, oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's 844 resident.
Wow, you've missed it by 100.
Yeah, there's not even 1,000 people in that town.
That's kind of criminal.
That's crazy, right?
Missed it by 100.
Yeah. Well, I knew it was super low. Like I'm from a small town, uh, what I would consider a very small town,
But
and
this is much smaller. This is
our
much smaller, right?
population, it's our population is 25,000, and that's
Yeah,
a small town.
a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses going to be happy with that small town. Only 800
So
doors. Good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're only 800.
I'm sure I'm sure it's one of those towns where there's like one stop sign and like one Dairy Queen, and like
At least they
everyone
have a
hangs
Dairy
out at the
Queen.
Dairy Queen. Yeah.
And
Oh,
12
you go down south,
McDonald's.
everybody's got a Dairy Queen. Uh,
Yeah, languages has been popping off right now. The funny thing about we're just in the middle of 2025, 2024, I mean. And
mhm.
I think this is the year where music actually is at the forefront, right?
Yeah, there's been a lot of shit happening.
The last time this actually happened was still back in 2021 with Silk Sonic in that Leave the Door Open shit.
Yeah,
Uh, and now, like, I think it's the golden age of hip hop again. Like, have you kept up with the recent Kendrick thing?
I know he did an entire concert, like the pop-up concert, which was crazy.
You
And now
watched it?
he just dropped a video.
Yeah, on July 4th.
Yeah,
Fucking diabolical.
yeah.
Like, he really is trying to free the slaves.
I seen a post where I guess Drake had made a post,
He's
and
still alive. Like,
yeah, but he ain't looking great.
Jesus. Like, if if you were gonna be telling me that the number one, I guess arguably right now, this track in history would be a bop, like
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
I would say you're crazy because Not Like Us isn't actually that lyrically complex.
No, but the it's a bop though. The beat, the cadence of the lyric, it's an absolute bop.
Have you watched the music video?
I have not. I
You
heard there's a
gotta check it
shitload of
out.
Easter eggs.
Jesus Christ. I could describe that video as something not like a video, but more of a courtroom drama in video form or a courtroom novel
Right.
in video
Maybe I
form.
should.
If you look at the beats the story that's being told, I never actually
Yeah.
considered that when listening to the song that it actually has a story all through the end.
Here it
It's
is. It's got 33. It got 33 million views in 3 days.
and to think he wrote that really quickly.
Yeah.
But then again, if you have so much shit on someone, it's just multiple choice for you, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just picking and choosing anything and everything. Like I've been like I've listened to Pusha T's Story of Added On yesterday,
Yeah.
and that's what before that's what killed I think Drake before, right? Before he came back with Mob Ties. And I
Yeah.
feel it's not that complex, but he was still damaged. But this
It was
one,
the first time. I think that was the first time somebody really went at Drake, though.
because what happened was it actually turned out true,
Yeah.
right? Everything on it was actually true. Like this one, I think another part of it that's actually blowing up right now is it's been so long since we've actually heard the West Coast sound actually being the song of the summer. Like when was the last song of the
Right.
summer for hip hop, right? Can you remember one? Because the only thing that's popping on my head right now is actually Katy Perry's California Girls with Snoop Dogg.
Uh, maybe Hot Girl Summer.
Hot Girl Summer with I mean
What's her
that's
face?
that's been on the mainstream play,
No, I can't think of anything really that's.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a diss track.
Yeah. That's what
That's
makes
what's
it so
much
bad.
worse.
Yeah. Because like up to this point, I mean, who had the best diss tracks? Obviously, you got Tupac with "Hit 'Em Up," Ice Cube, "No Vaseline."
Yeah, the No Vaseline stuff wasn't even an answer to an actual diss track. It was an answer to an interlude in an album.
Yeah. So here's let's see if it'll link here. Yeah, here's the video. I'm not going to turn it up because
Yeah,
but we'll let it run in the background.
yeah. Yeah. So that part right there, everyone's
Mm.
curious regarding whether that's one of the five other stocks that he has or it's part of the new album. So people have been talking
Uh,
much more about that than the video, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Apparently,
And
there's a
this,
shitload of Easter eggs.
yeah, this clown, he's literally a clown. I'm not, there's nothing derogatory.
Right, this clown.
I guess he's a West Coast icon.
Yeah, then you got, of course, the Crip walking. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a dope song, and Kendrick's always visual. I mean, even his lyrics are visual.
Yeah, and he united the West for this one. Like you
Mm.
would think everybody actually hated Drake at this point.
Yeah, it's been causing some. This definitely set the world on fire. This is kind of almost to the same thing he did back in 2012, maybe 11 or 12, when he dropped that verse. Shit, verse.
There are so many Easter
Control, when
eggs
he
in
dropped the
this.
control verse.
Yeah, here is
Yeah,
no
the OV,
OB
the
hoods
owl
were harmed, and the A minor part,
while playing hopscotch.
hopscotching to lower numbers with the 10 tracks that he has on stock.
Yeah, if we were to play it, we get hit with a copyright,
Yeah,
but
with a copyright strike. He's cheesing, by the way. I'm glad one good thing that happened to this, and I'm glad DJ Mustard's actually getting credit.
Yeah,
He's been in
he
the game
killed
for
it.
so long. He deserves this, by the way.
Yeah,
And
but
it
Mustard always
happened
had
by
some purpose.
accident. Like if we're gonna be taking one positive out of this beef, like it would be someone getting credit for actually a decade's worth of work.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Right. So if they say this is actually going to be nominated for a Grammy, which is actually going to be painful because here, this part, you can pause it here. That's
Right
DeMar
here.
DeRozan, right? The
Oh,
zeros.
is it D Rose?
Yeah. Yeah. Remember when
Oh, yeah, it is.
that is actually a really big deal because
Did
him
he play
actually being
in?
there in the video, because remember he had an interview before that he mentioned that he was really close with Drake. He
Mhm.
considered Drake as a friend. Him being there actually solidifies what Kendrick was actually saying, that people are just not being upfront with you when it comes to what how they feel about you. Like
Right.
his line being with Two Chains saying he's good but he lied. It
Mm,
actually gives credence to that now that maybe Two Chains did say that he's
right.
just joking when he said Drake was good.
Well, I think his background is so much different than everyone else's in this industry.
Yeah.
Right. You know, yeah, you're clever. You write cleverly. Um, you know, you're not a bad looking dude. You know, you can sing. Right. These are all things. These are all, you know, pluses for Drake. Whereas the real, or I'm not gonna say the real, but the real hip hop artists probably don't entirely respect that whole thing.
Yeah. So I don't think this would end Drake's career, but at least in a sense, it he might want to switch genres for the meantime,
Yeah.
right? At
Lil
least
Wayne's
because
been quiet, right?
he doesn't want any part of this. Right? He's not
Yeah.
needed in this one. Like I doubt Eminem would actually join in this one because at least in one interview he did say that he was actually indebted to Drake because of his
Right.
kids. And when it comes to Eminem, his kids are always the first ones, right? His kids comes first, so I doubt he'd say anything regarding this. But then again, people did say that his recent drop actually mentioned this. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard it either. But
Yeah,
I think this sheds a lot of light on the D Rose.
yeah, that didn't age well.
Yeah, yeah, not at all.
A lot of things didn't
Yeah,
age well, right? I was actually
yeah,
looking at
yeah. You got him and Drake like hanging out. Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
funny
these
though.
things actually didn't age well. The funny thing is, I was actually browsing YouTube the other day, and I actually stumbled upon an Ellen interview with Charlize Theron,
Okay.
Margot Robbie. They were doing a some sort of a dating game. Then Drake
Mhm.
suddenly popped up. Then when Charlize was actually asked, "Would you actually date Drake?" Charlize then asked, "I don't think I would be his type," implying that she was actually an old woman. That Drake is not into an
Mm,
older women. That
I
was,
don't
I
know.
think, that was what 6 years or 7 years ago.
Right.
So even if these artists are these actors and actresses are actually aware of that
Hmm.
back then, it it is weird that there are people are have picked up some hints on this back then, but never actually had any malice regarding it
Well, that's
until
how.
now.
Ooh, I hate to get in on this conspiracy type stuff. I know we about to shut it down, but
Yeah,
Hollywood don't care about PDF stuff.
they have a lot of things to contend with right now with the Harvey Weinstein stuff. So
I mean, you got Weinstein,
they
you got Epstein, you got, and now what's Drake? Fucking,
this
you
is
know,
one subject they're not going to be throwing their hats in, right? They're not going
69
to be giving
God.
their 10 cents.
Hmm.
They want to be as far away from this as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah, more power to hip hop. Like this is the
Yeah, looking
year
forward to it.
we're
This shit's
actually
entertaining.
it's not just a win for the West Coast, by the way. It's
Yeah.
actually reinvigorated actual lyricism.
Yeah.
And
And then
actually,
M's
Eminem's going to be
M's
coming out with
dropping.
his album, right? And I figured
Yep.
that would reinvigorate the audience interest in actually checking them out. I think any hip hop artist album would actually see a bump over the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think so.
If
And to close,
even if
I think M took a shot at Jay-Z on that latest track. Toby?
everyone, I guess, not just him.
Yeah,
I think people are just banking on the Renegade stuff, right?
right.
People do need to consider like he did actually collaborate with almost everyone that's on that top five, almost anyone. So
Yeah,
it could be Lil Wayne.
yeah. Well, I think Lil Wayne's the only one that went head to head with M on
Yeah,
both of those songs.
how many songs did he have with M, right? Was it
You
two?
got Drop the World and No Love.
No Love, right?
Yeah. And then if you count Forever, I guess three.
That's Drake's, right? So
Yeah. But I
I
mean, he
forgot that
washed it.
existed.
Yeah. But other than,
You,
I like
you
every
put
verse on
Kanye
that
in
song.
that conversation right now, right?
Yeah. I like
He's
Kanye. People hate Kanye. I like Kanye.
anyway. To our audience, we are interested in who your top five is that you think Eminem is actually calling out on. Like I
Yeah.
kind of figured Snoop is not gonna be on that hit list because they've been cool ever since Zeus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did it's nice he addressed the Melly Mel thing. It's been going on for so long. Like
Yeah.
he did make a great point. Like he is also a legend now, regardless whether you like him or not.
True. Very true.
Right. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us for another PSM podcast. I figured we never actually did an intro to it. This is the PSM podcast, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well,
But
they'll know when it's on that channel.
yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed our casual conversation regarding stuff, and we'll see you guys in the next.